Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Hanging Out for a Living. Today, we're hanging out with someone who's been making life easier for small business owners for more than 2 decades. Lisa Kretzer, founder of Employee Ease, a licensed local woman-owned professional employer organization, also known as a PEO. Lisa and her team offer something every business owner dreams of: a fast, easy, predictable way to stay compliant with labor laws, insurance requirements, and tax obligations. Employees handles payroll, taxes, payroll, workers' compensation, unemployment, disability insurance, and even fringe benefit plans. So business owners can stay focused on the work they love and keep growing with confidence and all that stuff that they don't want to do, but do
Right.
what's in their wheelhouse, right? Easygoing, honest, and deeply tuned into the needs of small employers. Lisa has built a company that takes the stress out of the business of running a business. Lisa, I'm so grateful for you hanging out with us today. Thank
Hey,
you.
thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I so enjoy these short takes of, especially the local stuff. I've learned a
Absolutely.
lot and sometimes bump into some of the people they've interviewed, so that's pretty neat too. So thank you.
Absolutely. And when Lisa says local stuff, Lisa and I are both in Rochester, New York. I know there are a lot of other Rochesters out there, but we happen to be in Rochester, New York. So, Lisa, you founded Employees back in 2001, long before small businesses even knew what a PEO was. What inspired you to start a woman-owned PEO, and what gap did you notice that small employers really needed to fill?
So the woman known is based on my chromosomes pretty much, so that I can't take credit for that. And actually, you know what? Nothing inspired me. It was really, I kind of fell into it to help businesses in crisis.
Mhm.
And I'll give you a short story. I was working with another PEO about 8 years. The owner seemed to be kind of stepping away from the business, and I said, offered to buy his business. Seemed like I was doing a lot of the work anyway, so he seemed okay with that. So I was getting my finances, my business plan, everything together, and suddenly his doors closed. Surprise to his right-hand man, surprise to his girl Friday, surprise to all the employees, unbeknownst to me, for sure. And my first thought was, what are those clients going to do? They have to get payroll out. What are those employees that aren't going to get checks going to do? What about the taxes that aren't getting paid? What about the what about the benefit programs? Where does that all fall? It was concerning, to say the least, for
So he
me, and I
literally
wasn't the
closed
client.
his doors. I mean, he just
Just closed
closed
his
down the
doors.
business. Wow.
Right. It was a shock, to be sure.
Mm,
Um, so within 2 weeks, I was able to get my software, the client base, my employees, everything up and running, so people only lost 2 weeks worth of payroll. From that point on, I just feel like every decision I make, is this in my client's best interest? Is it going to help them out?
sure.
How are the employees going to feel? Is it going to help them out? And how's my staff going to feel? I want them to be happy with that too. So that's pretty much my guiding mission from that day on was clients, their employees, and my staff, and let's avert crises in the future. So that's kind of how I
Absolutely.
got
It's
started.
it's like that light on the on a lighthouse, right? That's your beacon, your guiding light. I
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
exactly.
So
Perfect.
a lot of
Yeah.
business owners think of payroll as one task, right? So it's one task. But
Yeah.
what do it's so much broader, right? There's payroll
Yeah.
taxes, workers' comp, unemployment, disability insurance, and then we have the fringe benefits, compliance, oh Lord. And the list goes on, right? What are the biggest pain points small employers face that a PEO can truly solve?
So I'm going to say they run in first and second real close.
Sure.
Time, and I know it's cliche, but time. Everybody wants to do the right thing, but do you have time to do it? And the second thing is compliance. Nobody wants to get in trouble. Everybody wants to do it right.
Yeah.
So you're right. My payroll, my service starts with payroll because an accurate check is important,
Right.
obviously,
Hmm.
because an accurate check not just pays the person, but think about it. If they're on a child support, that child support comes out of their check.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Never
if
thought of
they go
that.
to get a loan for a new home or a car, that's based on their check. If they're a seasonal worker and they go out on unemployment, that benefit rate is based on their check. So an accurate check is just first and foremost the core of the business. But beyond that, clients also have to have a workers' comp policy.
Mhm.
Now they know they want to have it. They want to protect their employees. But
Sure.
when a claim happens, that's a lot of work getting from the claim through the medical stuff and having them get back to work. And same with workers' comps are always audited. Every year there's an audit. And that's a scary word for a lot of people.
Yeah, it
And
is.
they don't have the time to learn it and they don't have the time to go through it. So payroll and workers' comp are real big. And then of course benefits, like you talked about benefits, I would definitely want to offer benefits, but as a small business owner, who has the time to research them? Do I have enough employees who are interested in them?
True.
What does the admin work? What's the background work take, the paperwork? So my service is really about giving back the time or letting you prioritize time to what helps your business, not just keeps you in compliance with labor and taxation and government and all of that nonsense. So that's
And
pretty
that's
much
always evolving, right? Those things are always changing. They're being updated. Yeah,
good point. Good point. One of the things coming up this year for small businesses is New York State requires you to have a retirement plan if you have 10 or more employees. If you don't have one, you can get fined. If you don't have one, you can use New York State. If you use a payroll service, they may offer you one at a cost. So, what employer wants to go through figuring all those
exactly.
choices out? That's
Exactly.
that's where a PEO can really help them figure it out and not waste their time with the options that they have in front of them. So it's
Absolutely. And takes away so
yeah.
much of the stress too of having to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So business owners often say that once they outsource HR and compliance, they finally get to do the work they actually started the business for, right? We were talking about that a
Yeah.
little bit. Can you share a real world example of how employees has helped a client reclaim time, reduce stress, and grow more confidently?
I'll tell you the story of one of my favorite client to talk about. He is the most generous person. He owns a coffee shop.
Oh,
He's the most generous person. He'll give anybody a chance. He will give he's just a helpful, nice, all-around person. And he owns a coffee shop that employs a lot of younger people. So he has a lot of onboarding of people that they don't work out and they leave.
okay.
Um, so when he joined me, one of the very first things I did is start onboarding for him. All he lets me know is here's the person. From there, I can handle getting their paperwork and getting them
Sure.
benefits if they want and explaining the rules and whatnot. He's still the boss. He decides who he wants,
Sure.
but all that admin work falls to me. And these guys that he hires are, like I said, younger, sometimes not banked employees, so they get a debit card from me.
Okay.
And they lose the debit card. He doesn't have to worry about that. He can just call me, go, Joe lost his card again. Can you read? That's easy for him.
Right.
Um, and then, like I said, he's a coffee shop. There's a lot of repetitive motions in
Yes.
that, whether it's a cash register or grilling or whatever. So there's workers' comp claims that he's had. He has not had to worry about that at all, since he's with me. So, like you said, want to get back to your business? Yeah, he wants to be out on the floor talking with his customers.
Of
He wants
course.
to be working with those folks that are creating the food in the vision that he wants that food. And he wants the good feeling of the people, not the back office HR stuff of
Yeah,
those people. So
absolutely.
it's a nice way for him to reduce his stress, but keep things on the up and up.
Absolutely. Maybe even sit down with some of his customers and have a cup of
Oh,
coffee.
and he
Right.
loves that. And he loves that.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
So many small employers worry about cost, complexity, or losing control if they bring in a PEO. What are the biggest myths? Give us a couple about PEOs and what do you wish every business owner understood sooner?
I'll touch on the loss of control real quickly. And that is there is none. The boss is the boss. The owner is the owner.
Right.
My clients are the they run everything. They decide who to hire, fire, promote. They give the company vibe. They want to train the employees like he wants to be face forward, customer facing, I should say. I'm just the gal in the back office making sure that he stays out of trouble with labor, taxes, payroll, and benefit plans. So loss of control is really not, should not be a concern at all for my clients. And then I hate to talk about cost, but I love to talk about it because my cost is a predictable cost. Um, when I tell you something that you're going to be being paid in January, you're going to be paying that in December. There's not additional charges for odds and ends. I saw an invoice for postage on somebody's, or one of my competitors. I said, "Why are you paying $7 for postage? What are you getting?" They said, "I don't know because everything's done online."
Oh,
There's things like W-2s. If depending on what time of year we're talking about,
mhm.
some people are being charged extra for W-2s. That's not true with me. You have a one predictable, knowable cost that is certainly cheaper than doing it on your own. And who knows how you can stack up to competitors. That's a one-on-one conversation that I have with my clients.
So I love that you don't nickel and dime people to,
Pardon me?
you don't nickel and dime people to death.
Right, right. And actually, I'll go one step further in.
Sure.
I also advise them on things, ways they can save money. So I'll give workers' comp as an example. That client that I'm talking about is in the restaurant business. He
Okay.
can sign up for what's called a safety group,
Oh,
and
okay.
that saves him about 60% of his work comp costs. I just offer some ideas that help people reduce costs in all areas of payroll, not just my service.
Absolutely. So you're also like this amazing resource as well. So you don't,
Right,
you're kind of like, I'm just not going to sign them up. I'm also
right,
here to be this
right.
resource. Absolutely.
I also educated him on youth tax credits. People might not be aware that if you're employing minors and you report, you have to register with the state, report that to the state, you can get tax credits for employing minors. He didn't know that.
Yeah,
So that's giving him a little bit more money in his coffers as well. So yeah, I
absolutely.
like to be a resource. That's a good word for it. Yeah.
Definitely. So,
Yeah.
Lisa, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And
Yeah.
um, what you do really matters. So, small businesses are the heartbeat of our communities, and the support you provide allows them to grow with clarity, confidence, and definitely peace of mind and a heck of a lot less stress. Um,
Right.
Friends, you'll find Lisa's contact information in the description of this video. If you're a business owner who wants less stress and more time for the work that lights you up, she is absolutely someone you'll want to connect with. If you've enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you again so much, Lisa. Thanks
Thank
everybody
you.
for tuning in, and we'll be hanging out with someone again very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you.